See, I actually disagree with that, man, Matthew. I think it's going to be opposite. I think we're going to struggle early, but I think it's going to be more like Texas A&M because that's the one thing that A&M has always had over Texas when they joined the SEC, and why you see some of these recruits go to A&M instead of Texas. If it was 50-50, like a toss-up recruit is like, well, they're in the SEC, so I'm going there. They get more money, most likely. They also get developed at Texas A&M, and then as well as you get to play in the SEC with the best. So I guess I was the only one who thought this was going to be Mark's show. I mean, if you want to leave, that's fine. I'm not Mark, but I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be myself, but this is Mark's channel. Please subscribe down below. Please like the video, Uncle Rico. Go over to the other channels, like their videos, subscribe is there. We're trying to build this whole brand, so please help out. Would you rather play A&M every year or Arkansas when you get to SEC? That's a great question. After experiencing Arkansas's atmosphere last year and the absolute ass kicking they did to us, I don't know if I want to go back there for a while, but I know A&M is just as crazy. I would like to renew they're both rivalries. A&M, to me, I never got to see the Arkansas rivalry. That's more of a 70s, 60s, even early 80s type thing. That's not what I grew up on. I grew up on the Texas A&M rivalry, and I barely grew up on that. So I would like to do that. Obviously, got to keep the Oklahoma rivalry. I think that's the top 3 rivalry in all of college football, so you got to keep that. I fully expect pods, which I don't know if I'm a fan of, but the pods that have been thrown out there are A&M, Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. I would gladly take that pod because none of those teams scare me. LSU at full strength scares me. Alabama at full strength scares me. Georgia at full strength scares me. Florida no longer scares me because they're kind of like us at this point. So those 3 teams scare me. If we can avoid them as much as possible, I'm cool with it. If you disliked it, that's fine too. I don't know what I did wrong, but that wasn't an insult. Okay, well, Mark's great at what he does. I'm trying to become like Mark, great at what you do, but I'm not there yet. I got a lot to learn. What's going on? Hopefully, if you are a Longhorn fan, you're subscribed to the Texas Football Channel. If you're not, subscribe. Scott, thank you very much for the super chat with not even a question. If you're going to have a super chat, you got to send a question, man. I'm here to answer your questions. That's a great question, Cameron 2K. What do you think a successful season this year? 8-4. That's a successful season this year. 8-4, and I see progress from Quinn Ewers throughout the year. Those are 2 things that I want and need to happen. If I see those 2 things, I am perfectly content because, like I said, this is not the year, guys. This is where the cake is being made. It is not going to be baked at the end of this year. The baking should be done next year. That should be the step taken to where we're in the Big 12 championship. I know Oklahoma's down this year. The Big 12 in general is down this year, and I think it's going to be better next year. But the thing is, we should be much better. Quinn Ewers will be in a second year starting, in my opinion, and most likely. We'll still have Xavier Worthy. We'll still have some other wide receiver weapons, including these guys that we're getting in now, like a Ryan Niblett, a Brennan Thompson who just got to school, and then obviously, hopefully, a Jonte Cook and people like that. We'll also have that offensive line, Kelvin Banks, Cam Williams, all those big boys from this great offensive line class come in, be prepared, and start. I expect probably one of them to start this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Campbell, the 5-star, the best offensive lineman in the country, starts this year. So all those guys should be ready, or most of them, and that's when you'll have a at least good to great offensive line with Quinn Ewers back there, Xavier Worthy catching the ball. If you can have an average defense, that should be enough to get you a Big 12 championship, in my opinion. Not this year, next year. That is a really good question. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't watch a lot of tape on recruits until I'm asked. I haven't had a chance to watch much tape. Just based on what the little that I have watched, I really do like, I like Jonte Cook. I like wide receivers. I like guys like that. It's really, I'm going to be honest, it's hard to watch offensive line tape because you don't really know what you're watching for the most part in these drills one-on-one and stuff like that. You actually have to watch them in games, and then you only watch them in certain games because guys if you're a 5 or 4-star offensive lineman, 90% of the games you're going up against guys that aren't that good and you're just going to dominate. And that doesn't tell me anything what you're capable of in high school. You need traits is mostly what they look at when you're out looking at offensive lineman. And then the one game you go against someone that is also of your ilk or skill level, you have to at least be good against them. Or even if you're great, that's why you're a 5-star. Is there anything you like to have this channel? Something like a Texas fathead sticker in the background? Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to be at this apartment much longer. That's why we don't have stuff back here, and that's why I don't have my light on. Just a plain, white wall. I actually have 3 really cool posters of like 1940s and the first ever game played at Texas posters, but I'm not going to hang them here because I leave this apartment in August. When I get back to my other place and I have a place that I'm going to be at for a while, I will hang them back here and you'll see them. They're very cool. 2 of them are taken right out of programs. They're really cool versus Cal. One of them is. The other one, like I said, is I believe 1896, the first year of Texas football, and it's a poster. And then there's another one too. They're really cool.